What it is, it's your boy LB at the Hit Factory. We talking, you know, you're seeing me sparring, moving around, but to bring it all together, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You can do some of this, but eventually you gotta do some of this and bring it all together. You know, you meditate somewhere in the middle, so you meditating, you fighting, and you talking. But right now we talking. So let's talk about the Trinity. Mind, body, and soul. You've heard about it. We all hear this when we get into martial arts. You know, mind, body, and soul, the Trinity. You got to get all three and to become a successful martial artist, and they're true. To be a complete martial artist, you have to train on all three levels, all three of those levels, and master them. And master them is mastering yourself. It's not mastering the actual thing. It's mastering yourself within the thing. So we take a look at the physical. The physical is, you know, you gotta have some ab muscles if you're gonna take a stomach shot. You need leg muscles, you need calf muscles, you need your fast twitch fibers and muscles working together. You need breathing, you need good lungs, you know what I'm saying? You need to be able to take a shot. You gotta be able to give a shot. So you work on that in the physical. And then the mental, you have the place of strategy, you know, outthinking your opponent, setting traps, laying the groundwork so you can set a trap, you know, thinking outside the box, studying your opponent, the mental, building the mind. And then you have the spiritual. And that's usually the one that most people forget. Most people get to the body and the mind and they let go of the spiritual. Or they don't dive into the spiritual practice. And the spiritual practice is meditation. And the spiritual practice is you know. We're all spirits having a human experience. We're spirits having a human experience, not humans having a spirit's experience. So, since we are spirits, if we don't cultivate that part of us, it's like being half done. It's like being, we had a show when I was little called The Greatest American Hero, and he got these powers, but he dropped the instructions. So he was flying in the buildings, and he could do all of the superhero stuff, but he couldn't do it right. And that's the same thing with the spirit, is you can have the mental capabilities, you have the physical capabilities, but you don't have the spiritual. And then you get into a fight and your art doesn't work. And you say, what happened? Why didn't it work? Because you didn't have the spiritual. And what's the spiritual? The spiritual is your subconscious mind. That's what it is. It's not a ghost. It could be, I don't know, I ain't never seen one. But it's not the way we picture it. Your subconscious mind is your seed of memory. It holds the memory of the universe. It holds the memory of you. So meaning, if your art sits in your subconscious mind heavily, it will work. It will work straight through the mental and the physical. But if your art doesn't sit in your subconscious mind, chances are your emotions and the panic of the situation is going to cloud you to just going back to wild fighting. And this is why a lot of people say, I took this art, I got into a fight, and that art sucks. It didn't help me. It didn't work. No, every art works. You don't work. So if you do all three, you can make any artwork. If you put mind, body, and soul in the to the duck style, you probably be out there, you know, kicking ass with your duck style. Because the thing is you. Remember, art serves man. Man doesn't serve the art. It's here to serve us and make us better. So you're the ass kicker, not Muay Thai, not boxing. None of those things are the ass kicker. You are the ass kicker. And just to throw in the side note, this is what makes 52 Blocks one of the greatest arts, because it believes in self-preservation than killing. So it goes into your spiritual. But that's just another story. But anyway, that's my blah, blah, blah on the Trinity. You need all three. So you see my videos and you see me talking about, you know, your God, your universe. What's happening is I have pushed past the mental and the physical. I have one area left to really put the beast on, and that's the spiritual. And that's why you'll see my direction changing, and the things that I may have said before, I won't say now, because that's what we are. We're humans. We're spirits living the human experience. So we should be we should welcome change at every corner. Every time change happens, you should give it a standing ovation, because as humans, because in your human form, you become used to comfortability. You like being in this place, and you don't want to step outside your comfort zone. But your spirit can go to all places in the universe, different galaxies and solar systems. So do all three. Mind, body, and soul must be worked. Don't be one of them halfway martial artists. You only got one, maybe got 2 out of 3. Get all three. It's your boy.